Time now for stories that are trending now, and Olamide Odekunle is standing by to bring us up to speed. Good morning, Olamide.
Good morning, team. How are we doing today?
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
I have to say I am honored to be on the same stage with Mr. Mike. I never thought I'd see it.
It's my great honor too.
I was 22 watching you thinking, God, I want to do what he's doing. I've got some good stories for you guys. Especially you, Mike. I'll take it away.
All right.
Good morning, Nigeria. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets, and we do our best on a daily basis to bring you trending stories, not just in Nigeria, from across the globe, in order to have some productive dialogue about the things that are shaping the world that you and I live in. We begin today with some politics, where Muhammed Babangida, the son of the former military president, General Ibrahim Babangida, is making headlines following reports that he had rejected his appointment as chairman of the board of directors of the Bank of Agriculture. But contrary to the rumors that were swirling around, Babangida says he's fully on board. President Bola Tinubu had named him to the role just last week, sparking both buzz and backlash, including a circulating letter claiming Babangida had declined the offer. Now, through his media team, he's dismissing the letter as fake and says that it's the work of disgruntled elements. He's now confirmed that he's accepted the appointment and is ready to take on the responsibility. With all this controversy cleared up, the spotlight now shifts to whether Babangida's leadership will bring the transformation the Bank of Agriculture desperately needs, especially at a time where agriculture remains central to Nigeria's economic recovery. I think what this tells me just shows us the power of the media and the work that we do. The fake perceptions that we're going around based on this fake letter were very, very troubling. Media does indeed shape public perception, and our roles are very important. Let's take a look at social media. Yusuf says, Nigerians are doing too much on this Muhammed Babangida Bank of Agriculture appointment. You people have been shouting, don't accept, even forged a fake rejection letter. Why is it always unemployed people that advise others to quit their job? And we'll take another tweet. Ayodele Babayemi says, someone said Muhammed Babangida's appointment is politically motivated. How is a political appointment politically motivated? Some of these guys don't think when they criticize. That's why we're here to give you guys the real news. But moving on in the world of social media. Social media activist and cultural commentator Martin Zoshe, popularly known as Very Dark Man, is trending again. And this time it's for launching a physical NGO office dedicated to handling public complaints and injustice cases. Now, the space is designed for Nigerians to walk in, file reports, and have their cases processed professionally. A significant step from viral call-outs to more structured offline advocacy. Take a look at him giving us a tour of his new office.
The ransom movement is becoming bigger, So now here we do a meeting, the places all want to do, boreholes, schools, reach out to communities, real life projects. You know, real life, really impactful. This is going to be one office.
Now, Very Dark Man has built a reputation online as a digital crusader for the common man, tackling everything from abuse to corruption. Let's not forget that this step also follows the saga about the financial transparency of his NGO. But with this move, a lot of questions arise. Will this NGO strengthen his mission, or does it risk losing the raw power and reach that social media gave him in the first place? This structure and professionalism that we're seeing with this office, you can come, file your complaints, paperwork, is it going to be as effective as the raw power he wielded on social media? A lot of times when NGOs decide to be more structured and have physical locations, there is a lot of public distrust, but we'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at social media. Zoo says, if them open your case file for this office, we'll take 2 more tweets. And Paper Chaser says, he bought the house or he rented it. Nobody is asking the question. And if he bought it, with which money? He did say in the video that he poured a lot of his own personal resources into it. Carl the Conqueror says, nice initiative by VDM. Laying focus on his NGO brand will build his reputation even further. And we'll take another social media story. Popular activist and influencer Scott Gumar has been granted bail by the Lagos State High Court days after his arrest and remand over allegations of criminal defamation against real estate firm P1 Real Estate Company. Now, Scotty Gumar had publicly accused P1 of defrauding investors, claiming that they sold receipts instead of land, allegations that were backed by over 130 petitions submitted to the EFCC. He was then slammed with a 10-count charge after a viral video called out the company. Of course, his arrest triggered a lot of online backlash, with popular figures accusing the police and P1 Real Estate Company of trying to silence him. Now, P1's founder, Augustine Onwumere, denied orchestrating Scott's arrest, saying that he only approached the police after seeing Scotty Gumar's videos, including one suggesting P1 should be held responsible if anything happened to Scott. Of course, this case raised a lot of fresh concerns about the concept of freedom of speech and the treatment of digital whistleblowers in Nigeria. Now, what got me with the social commentary on this is that there was a picture of Scott outside the police station after being granted bail, and all Nigerians could focus on was the shape of his legs. It's so worrisome. Let's take a look at social media. I have to ask myself, are we serious? King of Creativity says, who is this? Please put him inside the car. I can't recognize him standing. You know, he's always in the car when he gives his takes. Mafia Boss says, watch Nigerians shift attention from the issues and focus on his bow legs. And we'll take one final tweet. Dior says, for something this serious, people are talking about his legs. Nigerians should not happen to you, Sha. Shame on you guys. Very interesting. Team, we are seeing that yesterday, Muhammed Babangida, the son of Ibrahim Babangida, was swept up in a media storm. People were so happy when they thought or believed that he had declined the offer of President Bola Tinubu. When he came out to say, it's not true, I am taking the role, I'm taking the position. Why are we so quick to accept fake news? And in this current world, how do we sift through what is real and what is fake?
How do we sift what is real and what is fake? Watch traditional media, listen to the radio, and watch television. These institutions cross-check facts before it goes out on air. For Babangida, getting a national appointment is an honor, you know, and I find it very difficult to. When I saw the letter, I found it so difficult that how can this guy write this? And today, my doubts have been cleared. For VDM, launching an NGO and having a physical office is a great move. Whether you bought the house or you rented it, the fact is that you now have an address that people can go into. And what people may not have been thinking about is the tons and tons of content that will come out of this initiative. The guy is thinking of his social media as well as his reputation, trying to build his reputation, and plenty of cash too. All right, Scott Gumar, thank God you've been bailed. Whether you have bow leg, K leg, round leg, or whatever leg.
Honestly,
I am happy that you're out, you know, and maybe what you are fighting for will see the light of day.
All right, and I'll move on with the story of Muhammad. When I saw it immediately yesterday, I made some calls and I realized that it was fake. It's so sad that the media, we still go around and put things like that when we know that it's not true. But just like Thomas said, if you want to get the real news, you know where to watch. And what I want to say to him that, you know, agriculture is a very, you know, big segment when we talk about Nigeria. And I really pray that he can do something good. It's a big sector, I must say. And I really pray that he will do something good. I pray that he will make a mark. And when he finally leaves there, you know, we can see the good that he has done for agriculture. I hope he'll be able to take a lot of youths to come back and trust agriculture and go back into agriculture. And moving on to Very Dark Man, when it comes to VDM, I have nothing to say, but all I will say is that I just hope that 100 million that was missing, I hope that he saw it. And with this one, I pray that we get to see more accountability. Okay, now that they have, you know, a place, so if there's anything, we can visit the place. And then talking about Scott, I'm happy he's out. He's been fighting for a good reason. I'm a very big fan of Scott. You know, I do not believe anybody should take anybody's hard-earned money from real estate if that's what they were doing. So, you know, he was doing something great. And Nigerians, why do we always shift the conversation? A lot of people have bow legs. Scott's a very handsome guy. We cannot take that fact. He's very, very handsome. So let's forget about his bow legs and talk about the good work that he's been doing.
All right. We congratulate Muhammad for the appointment. Like Itoma has said, the point there is if you get an appointment from your country, recognizing your skill to say, come and work here, it's a huge privilege. And the difference between, you know, trying to bust all of these rumors is when you communicate. If there is a communication immediately, it feels that void where it gives room for all sorts of rumors. But we congratulate him, and it's a good thing. Why not? So long as you are a Nigerian, it doesn't matter whether you are a son of this or daughter of that. The most important thing is you've been called for a national assignment. So face it, I congratulate him and we look forward to the best. For VDM, he's been doing a great job all the while, and I will encourage him to do even more. One thing there is that building a country, it is not one person's responsibility. Of course, we see a lot of these voices now advocating. Originally, we would have felt that this is what government is supposed to do. Because there are government agencies responsible for all of these things. But somehow, due to some things we cannot talk about now, we see human beings, individuals are volunteering to get into that space. So we hope that all of these contribute to the social development that we're talking about.
All right, talking about VDM, I hope that he will be different from other NGOs. Now that he's gotten an office, he'll be more efficient and do much more work, ensure transparency and openness in his dealings, and that people will be able to relate with him much more than before. He'll give access to even much more less trodden people. And I recall that last year, October, Don Jazzy had given him 100 million naira to contribute to the building of his office and his NGO, and that's what we are seeing now. So kudos to him for using that money judiciously. Then talking about Muhammed Babangida, congratulations, Banker of Agriculture. I hope you ensure that farmers get these monies as at when due, and that they also get single-digit interest rates at the end of the day, because the essence is to encourage farmers and their work. Scotty Gumar, perhaps you need to rethink and re-strategize moving forward how you address the issues around real estate.
Absolutely, Tim. I believe, honestly, right now in the climate of Nigeria, we are seeing the rise of digital activism. Some might call it slacktivism, not me. I'll take some more stories. Moving on, in the world of social media, a video showing a woman taunting her young domestic help over her poor background is gaining attention online, and it's drawing reactions from Nigerians who say the exchange reflects deeper issues in society. In the clip, the woman talked down at the girl, who appears to be a minor, of her struggles and her family's lack of wealth. And though the maid remained mostly silent, she was visibly uncomfortable. Take a look at this interaction.
Eating in your father's house.
Rice, potato, and garlic.
And you are here eating spaghetti, indomie, tea, chicken, egg. You don't know what God did for you. You are messing up. They carry you put for heaven. You don't want to appreciate God. You mess the opportunity up. So now you go back to your mother's house and start eating your fufu. So you are eating spaghetti now. You are eating.
This video adds to ongoing conversations around the domestic help industry in Nigeria, which continues to grow every year with the rate of unemployment and out-of-school children. Some believe that it highlights how poverty pushes children into domestic work, often placing them in environments where they are spoken down to or made to feel inferior. Now, as this video continues to circulate, many, including myself, are left asking, how do we protect vulnerable children in homes where power and privilege go unchecked? This is absolutely unacceptable. I believe that the house help industry, the domestic help industry, is a hidden economy. And because it's a hidden economy that is full of invisible labor, a lot of the privilege and power of their employers goes unchecked. Children are vulnerable groups that need to be protected. That was unacceptable. Let's take a look at social media. Champagne Glass says, poverty of the mind is thinking that serving a child a bland pasta with no protein and vegetables is enjoyment. The rubbish spaghetti you're flexing over is worse than the fufu she's eating in her father's house in terms of nutritional value. Better still, she will eat the fufu in her father's house with respect and dignity, and not under such dehumanizing and traumatizing supervision and insult. Let's take a few more submissions. St. Gabriel Dunsworth says, it's always the women maltreating kids in Nigerian homes. If not for poverty and lack of education, why would anyone give their kids out as a maid? Children are blessings and shouldn't be passed on to wicked madams for child labor. Will she treat her own kids like this? That indeed is the question. Moving on in international news, Malcolm Jamal Warner, beloved for his role as the wisecracking Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has died at the age of 54 in a tragic drowning accident while vacationing in Costa Rica. Now, according to reports, Warner was swimming at Playa Grande along Costa Rica's Caribbean coast in the Limon province when he was swept away by a powerful current. Now, bystanders on the beach tried to save him, but their efforts failed. The Costa Rican Red Cross later confirmed his death. What you are viewing now is the last video he took before his death. May his soul rest in perfect peace. I don't know about you guys, team, but he did shape my childhood. I want to focus on the concept of domestic help. We talk about it all the time, team, but it is child labor. However we want to put it, I'm putting her in school, I'm taking care of her. It is child labor, and it's time that we call it what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be child labor, but it's a practice that is as old as Nigeria. You know, the people do that, and it's not just in Nigeria; it's everywhere in the world. You have things like this going on. Now, for the woman talking down on that girl, is shame on her. At the end of the day, you are toughening that girl up and you are making her to hate poverty, and that could swing both ways. I'm just praying that it swings positively for her. It is demeaning. It is demeaning. It is an insult to every sensibility of any human being you can think of. That is a big shame, madam. I wish we saw the whole clip so our comments have context.
All right, the thing is that wickedness is bad. Then imagine being wicked to a child. Like, think about it. It's so bad. And talking about, you know, this, we see a lot of children that do this. You know, some of the parents cannot afford to put them in school. We cannot blame the parents. Some of these parents need this money. But what I want to say is that to these people that children are given to you, I'm sure this woman has children. When you do something to somebody's child, think what will happen to your child, because you don't know where life will throw you at any point in time. So this is very sad. It's just really bad saying this, and I hope that, you know, that little girl can be helped in one way or the other. If you feel that you cannot take care of the person properly, send her back to her mother. She will eat fufu happily in her mother's house, you know, than the torture that you're giving her there. And then moving on to the story, I really feel sad. It just reminded me of Castro. That is how Castro died in Ghana, one of our big stars in Ghana. He died by drowning while he was vacationing, just enjoying himself. It's really sad that life is fickle. You don't know what happens the last minute, so you just have to enjoy yourself to the fullest. I really hope that he rests in peace.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, from the video we saw there, I think it was just poverty talking to poverty. Yeah, there's no difference there, because if you see rice chicken as being heaven, then you're still poor. And the poverty is not even the absence of money per se. It is the mind. Yeah. You know, trying to taunt someone because of food. It's really appalling, because in our society in Nigeria we get food. We have a lot of it. You know, so but I feel that what is important is even family support systems. If we have those things, we won't have opportunity where we expose young girls and young boys to domestic violence of different kinds and child labor, as the case may be. We know that in Nigeria or in sub-Saharan Africa, we have this communal life. Our lives are communal, where the community takes care of you, your uncle, your auntie, we are all bonded and connected somehow. And those things help in supporting anyone. It's the social support system. So I believe we have to activate that part of our lifestyle so we can have a saner society. And for Mr. Warner, may he rest in peace. It's really sad. He has really, we've seen a lot of his good work. We'll really miss him.
All right, talking about Malcolm, may he rest in peace. It's unfortunate that people spend their monies to enjoy themselves and end up dying in the process. He vacationed himself to death. May he so rest in peace. He's done a great work, and I hope that indeed his family, God grants them the fortitude to bear the loss. Talking about the woman that was taunting that young lady, it's unfortunate, like you said, Mike, it's poverty speaking to poverty as it is. What is spaghetti? What is chicken? In the village, you can get these things. It's just for you to go to your backyard, grab one chicken, kill, and eat.
Oh yeah, it's even better chicken.
That's it. It's just there. It's unfortunate that you think, what was even the first meal and the meals that you have been giving this child all the while that they've been there? For you to put it on social media, it means perhaps you have not been treating that child well, and you are trying to prove a point. To whom exactly? If you take care of the child, God will bless you for it. And now that you didn't and you're chasing the child back, whatever happened, we do not know. But then you do not have to put the stories there for public, for likes and whatever it is. You are coming heavily under criticism. You should begin to think about your life moving forward. Is this how you want anybody to treat your child? I think you wouldn't want that. Olamide.
Honestly, it's absolutely unacceptable. I thank you all for your submissions. Intelligent as always. May poverty not continue to speak to poverty. Let's all
Great. I believe that that's the much we can take on the program for today, but a lot has been said on this table. We're talking about how we have to treat others right and also how we have to address matters around politics and all of it. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, but let's let you know that the views and reaction of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC.